some messing around with the algorithms, the formulas and whatnot, and I've managed to spit this out. So we're getting kind of closer to what we want. And for this array of levels, you might want this to be a bit higher, but it's definitely not the 20 or whatever we're getting before. So, what I did, all I did was I changed the division on this, the last one, to a multiplication by 0 point whatever. So in other words, we're turning this into a multiplication of whatever it is by a 100% kind of thing. So in other words, we're saying that we want to have 45% of whatever this spits out. Same thing with this. If it's on a, if this ternary operation executes to false. For the, I also did something different with the plugin stuff, which is for this now. For the item cost, I went in and multiplied it by 0.65. Now, if we change this to 8, let's change this to 8.6. And in the code, we'll change this to 75. Now, this should get us a larger number in game. If I can get the game running. Ah, crap. Yes. So, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 1 Game of the Year. I was hoping to be Persona 5, but at least they got, I think they won best game, best RPG of the year. It might have won some other things, so I'm not sure. Alright, so, let's just go right over to me here. Get that stuff and check it out. So I was at 78 before. They're not quite apples to apples comparison, but much better. I like this much better. Just with those little tiny changes, we managed to get this up a lot more. Over double. Still though, this is per class. So anytime you change the class, it goes, this is what it would cost with the with the system enabled. And they're already paying this much with gold too, so you have to consider this as well. So if you're gonna be I won't say penalizing, but double hitting them double with the costs for class changing, then you need to consider the fact that you're also going to be requiring them to pay this amount for each class they change at this point. And that's only going to go up as they get more classes and higher levels. So I think this is fairly respectable for where I'll leave it at in terms of those algorithms. It's definitely not the 20 or whatever from before. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to go in and we need to make it so that the number of items will affect the cost, or affect the ability to do the change. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to turn off gold right now. Actually, I haven't actually checked this out with only the item cost on. Let's go check that out. I want to see if it draws correctly. Yeah, it's still open. So this is only with this one. Okay, good. So it's where it needs to be. Potion cost 7 and current potions 0. Probably should say potions, but there'll have to be an S added onto it through the code. Real quick. Yep, good. Alright. So now it's really simple what we need to do with this, and that is we just need to go up to the to this where we have this at. We just need to check basically the exact same thing in here. So except gold cost, it's item cost, and instead of that, it's the same trick that we did down here to turn it red. This. So now we're going to check out the class change, make sure that condition is working. Then once we're done with that, our next goal is going to be to do a color coding of the. Well, I'll tell you when we get it back in. It's easier to explain it when you're looking at it. So after this, what we're doing is color coding this list. So these are either going to be white or they're going to be dark gray by default, and that will mean that if it's white, you can change to it. If it's dark gray, you won't be able to change to it, but you can still go in and see what you're missing. So it's just a way to tell the player, okay, you want to change to, say, to a knight, which is the next one for warrior, but you can't yet because you're missing something. And so they can know that, and then they can look in here and see what they're missing. For now, though, we're going to go over to our guy. Okay. So if I go to warrior, good. It's showing that we can't change. All right. Now what I want to do is, so potions cost. How much do they cost? Depending on what they cost, I may be able to buy 10 of them right now just by going out and talking to the old Fort Fisher. Yeah, they're worth 100, and we need 10 of them. And 100 times 10 is 1,000, so that's some very, very awesome. Awesomely convenient truth there to that summary. So I'm just going to come here and talk to this guy real quick. Just go through all this because all I'm really interested in is the gold. So it's the fastest way to get 1,000 gold in the game is doing that. Alright, let's head back down to our class changer building, just down here somewhere. Or no, wait, we have to go buy the items first. Pesky thing of buying the actual items should just appear out of mid-air in my inventory, thin air in my inventory. Alright, buy potion. I'm gonna buy 10 of them. Oh, the other thing we have to do though, I'll save it, but the next thing we have to do is we have to actually take it out of the inventory. So let's go to the class changer. First I want to see if we can actually change, and then we'll add that in. Alright, so perfect. Alright, so let's go ahead and save this. Yeah, I'll save it on top of that. Now, so both of these are on Game Party, and the cost is global to this plugin. So all we have to do is go up to the change class. Or no, up further, much further. Here we go. So change XP, change class change, whatever. So here we need to go here. So after we do that, we need to, I'll say extract cost. So if B cost and mode is new, same thing we're doing. What we did with the command window code is just going to break it down by that, then also then by the different costs. Alright, so I think this should just be easy enough. We just need to say game party dot set gold. No. How do we set the gold? That's actually an interesting question. Because that function just gets the gold. We need to figure out how do we set it. I know how. Let's see. There's a plugin command that does it. The set gold command from the plugin. The event. Question is what? So that's gonna be underneath managers, I think. Game interpreter. Or is that objects? Okay, that's objects. So, game interpreter. Setup event ID is running. Date child. Execute command. Command 101 to. So I think these are probably in order. No, this is show choices. So they're not in order as far as what they are in the events selection screen. So we need to go through till we find something that seems like it's. So actually, what we need to find then is game party. No, that didn't work. Okay, game interpreter. So out of these commands, I think it's Control-Shift-H. Nope, that just took me back to that. Alright, select all this again. Control. And selection. Find. Of course, the selection got unselected. Find gold somewhere. So, enemy. Conditional branching. More conditional branching. Change gold. Here we go. Oh, gain gold. Okay, so party gain gold. So we need to use that. Game party dot gain gold. So we have to do the cost times -1 because it has to be a negative value going in here so that we actually subtract it. So I don't think there's a. Well, I don't know. There could be a remove gold. Well, we have gold, then we have gain gold. And lose. Oh, it's lose gold. Okay. So they actually already do that with lose gold. So we'll use that then. And then send in gold cost. Now, what about for items? So game item. So couple weapon item ID object set equips set. Okay, that's not what we're looking. So game set game item. Game action. So when you use an item, let's go to the window over here. So, item list. There's another window called window status, which is what shows up when you're trying to use an item on a, when you select an item from the inventory to use on a character, so like a potion or an antidote or something. So what that would be at is, it would have to be in the scene for that. So, because that's where most of the actual processing happens in terms of what happens when you do stuff. So, scene, RPG scenes. So, scene item. That is a scene. Scene item base. Used by the item in the skill scenes. So I think it's the scene directly after the scene item. So, category creates on item OK, game party set list item, this item, on use item, use item, call this, scene item base, play SC for use item, this.user.use item. So this is a scene. User is whatever the user. Use item. So prototype dot use item. Help if I spell type right. So it's not here. Is it actually an RPG object? No. Managers. No. Core. No. So where is this at? It's definitely not Windows. So it has to be scenes. Prototype user.use item. Oh, it's Game Battler. That's interesting. Well, maybe that's one of them. I don't think it's that one. Sound Manager, play use item. So that's just about the sound file. And message or something. RPG core. Scene item base. So what is user then? So user is null. This.user, calling that user function, which returns a null. Dot use item this item, and use item doesn't appear to exist. Item base prototype use item, call this item redraw current items. Prototype use item, item base. Apply item. Again, this.user. All right. Let's do. So we want to find anywhere that has prototype dot use item. We want to search add open folders. Okay, so we have the one from Game Battler. And that seems to be the only one. So I wonder if it isn't Game Battler. At the same time, though, how do you access Game Battler when you're not actually battling? So this.consume item. Game party oh, it's game party consume item. Okay. So game party consume item. Interesting. So this.lose item. An item is consumable. This.lose item. So lose item is another method here. So item, amount, and include equip. So I think probably gain item. So what does include equip do? Oh, okay, I see. It discards the item if it's an equipment item. Gotcha. So I think we could just pass it. We could just use this, the lose item, because we don't need to check if it's consumable or not, because what will probably happen in most cases, rather than not, is that it'll be an item that won't be able to be sold or used. So it'll be just like a key item almost. So it won't be consumable. At least if I would use this system, I would make it non-consumable so that the player wouldn't accidentally sell the stuff they have. And if it's like a hard to get item or something, you know, you would want to do something similar to that. But since we're already using game party here, we just use game party lose item. So game party dot lose item. So the item is game party dot items. Where's the dot item? Oh, right, okay, no, so we want this. So the item, the number to lose, which is item cost, and false. I'm going to assume that's a boolean. We'll check though. Yeah, it's include equip as a boolean. Okay. And item is supposed to be. It's supposed to be the item from the database. Yeah, because using let's see, container, item container. So item is if it's, let's see, return null if there's no item, else if return this underscore items, return underscore weapons, else return null. So we're just checking to see if it's an item or if it's not an item. So we're returning something and then we're checking it. Alright, container. So equals container. So if container var last number equals this dot num items item, not if, but we're saying last number to the number of items. New number equals last number plus amount, in this case minus the amount. So it'll be plus a negative. And then container ID item, new number clamp, game map refresh, request refresh, discard members equip, item new number. So just trying to figure out what item is supposed to be. Oh, okay, I see. So if data manager says it's an item, we're returning the game party's items vector, array, whatever you want to call that. And then we're checking to see if there's any items of that type in there down here. So if container item equals 0, that's interesting. So they're not actually checking to see if that container actually has that item in it. So what would happen if you tried to remove an item that the players didn't actually have? Well, this would fail. Num items would fail. Unless there's like a return for 0 in there. So some of the sleuthing you have to do and deciding how to use things. Okay, returns a 0 if it's not there. Okay, that's fine then. We can do that. So yeah, so item amount and then the include equip. So this is fine. So now, you go in here and run this, we should end up having those potions removed. Oops, no. I want to, oh, no. Rewrite the title. Whatever happened to the shutdown option? Weird. Continue first game. So I don't have any items. And, yeah, okay, go. It did work. Nice. And I have no reason to believe the gold wouldn't work either, but we'll try that anyway, so... game end, title... New game... So get some gold up in there and we'll try this out. So we'll also need to change the plugin options. So we do gold only instead of so gold required 2040, gold on hand is 20,000. Change. Perfect. Now, what I want to do is I want to remove the cost if you've already been this class before. So I want to set a boolean somewhere. It'll be a global boolean so we can use it in multiple places. Var B has been this class. Now I already have like a shortcut for it in the requirements, checking for the command window. So all I really need to do is down in that, I need to set this to true or false. So this actor has already been this class, do not allow the change, that's fine. Actor has already been this class, do not do this processing. So if that's true, then equals true. Now, it will still show the well, let me see. Maybe we can do a refresh after this loads on this window. So if well, it'll be a single line, then set well, not in this line. But down here on each of these. So if now in the command list show. So it's actually after you've selected the class. So this one. So I just want to grab this. After we do this, I'm gonna do this again. And actually, what we should just do is this. So that after the command window runs, refreshes, and loads that information, we'll then check this and show it, and then we'll refresh. And when that happens, it'll either be 0 cost for when we've been before, or it'll be a cost because we haven't been it before. So first thing I'm going to do is I want to go to plugin, and I want to turn on the item as well. Because I want to make sure it's working with both of these. So, new game. Alright, so it should be, since we haven't been Warrior before, yeah, it should be a cost. Actually, we need to, interesting. Did we not turn it on? Yeah, it's true. Alright, apply, okay. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work automatically. Sometimes you have to restart it for it to work. If the plugin changes, plugin parameter changes. It's just really weird. Alright, so first we're going to check here. And we have been a warrior, so there should be costs. If I select novice, it still says costs. Okay. But I already am this class, so that's different. Though we should actually also add a check for that too, to be honest. Let me do that. Because we also have that check-in. So B is already this class. Because we also have that check as well. Of course, if it's already that class, well, it should say 0 if you're already the class. That's just a point of anal attentiveness here. Let's see, not this one, but the next one. So if actor is already this class, true. And then down here, so if it's this or this. If it's this or this. Alright. So now we choose novice when we are a novice, or when we're any other class, when we're that class. That should show up as a 0 cost. Good, no cost. And we can't change it because we are that class. Alright, so let's grab some gold, grab some levels, change to warrior. Okay, we're not resetting them to false though. That's the important thing. We can't just leave them true. We have to reset them. So else. Vassal. No vassals. Okay. Alright, gotta grab the gold and the levels again. But I'm gonna choose this first to make sure we actually set them as true. Good. Of course, we don't have the potion. Oh wow. We gotta fix that, so that's not working properly. Anyway, so if we go back to novice, it should say 0 cost. Good. But our thing is not allowing us to select it. That's interesting. So there's something we gotta check. Also, the potion cost isn't working. Item cost, rather. So if item cost is greater than game party num items, then the item can change as false. So game party num items. So container item container. If, let's see, return a container. So if the container is true, or rather, so we're returning the container that, in other words, the list that's in the game player. Then we're saying if the game container ID, if the game container includes the item ID, then return the number of items, which is what that element is for, apparently. Or return 0. Or return 0. 0, okay. So 0 would be... Well, 0 would be less than the cost, though. We'll have to do some, we need to do some, oh crap, I didn't do that. Hopefully the... Oh, come on. Seriously? Okay, there we go. Oh, just as well, I guess. Oh, it's a RAR, that's why. Well... Yeah, it's a RAR, but I don't know. Still trying to figure out what that version 1 was for. And what the version 1's for in the thing, but... So, what I wanted to do was to come over here, grab this, do our favorite debugging thing here. So first we need to go here. Of course I can't put any debugs for some reason. I have no clue what I'm doing. It's just doing weird things over here. Alright, there we go. So first thing I'm going to do is I want to put a check here and a check here. I guess I'll do one there too. And I also want to check this stuff. I don't really care about that, but this, yeah. So A classes, act classes, which we're setting through a command, supposedly. Set actor classes. So maybe it's because we're not updating that. Maybe. So on class change, change class. Well, we're setting, so comment has an actor. So let's not use this. Of course, I'm changing it over here now. Because this might be prone to being outdated without. Third classes. I think that was from a time when I was trying to fix that empty slot issue or something. when it was showing up in the class lists. Actor classes undefined. Right, because we're doing a refresh here. Crap. If of course, we still need to set this to some value. I don't really care about it at this point. Alright, so we can't change now. Which now says that we can't change, but I was able to change before. We didn't change any of the code down here, though. Very weird. Alright, so that's... at least that's working now. I've got the gold, so I can just go buy them, I guess. It's faster than creating a new version of me to give me potions. Well, it's working now. Don't know why it wasn't working earlier. Now see, now it isn't working. So it's selectively not working. It's working there. Now it is working. That's kind of weird. Oh, yeah, because the same reason. The class list isn't being updated at the right time. The actor, I should say, is being updated at the right time. So we click on change class, but it is. What the hell? This is wrong. So we click on change class. A couple things happen. First, we call actor change class. So the actor has changed his class before all this happens. Then we deselect ComWind, hide ComWind. We select the class list window, activate it. Clear contents, deactivate and hide request window. Stat window, we set actor. Class list window, we select set actor. And then com window, we set the actor. And then we go back to it on select on this one. Refresh. Alright, so at some point something isn't quite being, passed around correctly, jetted around correctly in the passes and conditions and whatnot. refresh, clear command list, make command list, and then call Wind Horizon refresh prototype. Horizon horizontal. So we're calling... Well, actually, we're calling it down here. What's the one up here, then? Calling. Oh, we're calling the... Okay, we're calling this. So then... This must fire after... No, before we do the class change. And then by going out, coming back, and going out, and coming back again, we're updating the class thing because of this. So what we need to do is, we need to do this here, but we should also do it on the selection. See if that fixes this. Of course, I gotta do this part again because we got the item thing selected. That's interesting. That must be on action trigger instead of pass player touch trigger. That event. Okay. Nope, still won't let me change to it. But if it go out and come back in, it does. This is very interesting. The actor, what if it's this actor element that's not... Well, it shouldn't matter because this actor, executing this stuff on this actor. But then again, when we're calling the command thing, it's from the command window object and not from this, so there is no like reverse inheritance or something, reverse updating, because it's not a reference, it's just we're just essentially assigning this actor to this actor and this actor to the commands actor. There's no backwards updating going on. So we need to refresh this actor. Not sure why I'm using this actor for instead of... Because the way we're initially passing this actor is on the select... where are you? Is on this one. No. The command, where is it? Crap. This one, here we go. So we need to call this down in here on the refresh actor. So anywhere that we can update the actor, not sure why we're not refreshing the comm window for. So back up here. Or no, down here. On change class. We don't really need to call this. We just call this dot refresh actor. Okay, we're doing this enough that I should probably just do a new. Silly me, I thought it was gonna be like a one-time thing. Oh, it works, perfect. Let's move on. Nope. It's not how it works. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Warrior. Oh, crap, I just screwed that up. There are too many me's hanging around in this room. Okay, that seems to have done it. Yeah, there we go, okay. Problem solved. Perfect. Alright. Okay, now that that's done, now we can move on. So now we wanna color code that list. So what we need to do then is, when we're creating that list, so now here's the thing though, if we do this, we're gonna have to try and figure out a way, because if we're gonna do this, we need to do this in such a way that we can just pop this code out, because I don't want to recreate this however many lines of code somewhere else. I just want to be able to pop this code out and say, okay. So what we're going to need is, we're going to need selected class. So over here now, first thing we need to figure out is how to get the selected class. So, class list, here we go. Okay, so refresh, initialize, blah, 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 selected class is 0. It's fine. So draw class item. So if CLS ID, okay, so we need to pass this value to the function. So this will pop out the ID of the class that we are currently examining. And then we'll go from there. So let's take all this out. And what's going to return is going to be a true or a false. So basically it's going to be like a bool. Alright. So, So can player chain player can I guess. So what's equals function? So the first thing we'll need to do is pass through the selected class, so cell class. This is already here. That's fine, this is fine. That's a global, this we need to define up here. So we need to define this to pass that through. So a class. Okay, Rex class JSON, don't need to define that. Rex has been done there. Rec classes is already defined there. Rec levels, Rex are defined there. We need to pass through this. No, we won't. That's been defined here and set here. What else might we need? So a class. Rec classes. So I think everything else is already set here. So we need to pass through the actor class list, and we need to pass through the selected class. Oh, and curse CID. Current CID, which means the current class the player is. Which we get from cur ACID, which is really just something we use collector class ID, so we don't even need that either. We just pull it off of the actor for some reason. So you may not even need that. Here, anyway. We can pass it there as a parameter, though. So we're not going to do this. Instead, we're going to have this equals player can class change a CLSS then we need the selected class. And then we'll pass through if we pass through the actor, that would work better. Because then we can just pull that right out of the actor. So var a CLSS. So now what we need to do is we need to test this code and see if it works, first and foremost, before tying it in anything else into it, so that we can see if it actually returns what it needs to. Well, actually it's not going to work, so we're not returning anything yet, but so return the actor can change. Alright, what do we got? Player can class changes not defined. 12:58. We'll flip that around then. So no errors. So at least part one of this is true. This is false, which is fine. Now let's check the other conditions. So now we should be able to change. Alright, so this part's not working. Okay, so that's not working again. So we're passing through actor. That happens on refresh. And now it seems to work. Alright, let's grab another 10 potions. Everything seems to be working now the way it should. So now that we have that, we can say, okay, we know this is working now as it was before. Now we can work on how to modify the existing function up here to call that and then return a true or false. So all this is doing is telling us whether we meet the class requirements to change the class, not if we have the items and or money and or gold cost to also change. This is just going to tell the player if they can change it all, period, to this particular class. So select actor. No, we want the class window, class list window. We're in scene. That's not where we want to be. All right, here we go. So draw a class item. So here. I want to put it here. So do we have access to actor in this context? AKA, do we have an actor? We do not. Oh yeah, we do. There it is. Actor. Never mind, we do. And we have a set actor. We do. When we call it, we're doing a refresh and refresh list. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to say so this is going to keep calling every time this is basically called in a loop, so we don't want to do that. We want to create a well, we have class data. Class data, where are we populating that at? Okay, that's the JSON. Okay, gotcha. Don't know why it's there, but it's there. So what we want to pass through then. Well, first we want to do this. This rith. Act classes equals this. It's not that. And then when we do the set actor. I want to set that up. Okay, then in here we want to call. So I want to say if player can class change. So the first one is the ID that we are going to call. Or we're going to say is the current ID. So that's going to be this. The second is the actor. So this down_actor. And I think that should be fine. So if it's true, this dot set text color, change text color. So if it's false, actually, we want to say. And we need to get the ID of the color. So normally it's like a whitish color. We want to make it a darker gray color so it's obvious that's. So we'll use this, which will turn into a parameter later. Actually, let's do it now. That way we don't have to do it later. So valid color, past color. We'll actually make two new parameters. So at param can change color at description. This parameter controls the color of the list items in the class list selection or class selection list. If the player is able to change to that class. Same thing, except it is not able. And actually it should be backwards. Okay. So var can change color, string params, whoops, and then cannot change color. And we could just do a reset, but at the same time, then maybe somebody wants to set the can change color to green or something, for example. So that would be an example of why we'd supply the ability to use both as a parameter, rather than just using reset text color to change it back to white. Then once it's done, we will do that though. This dot reset text color. All right. So first, let's go ahead and minimize this. I'll check the plugin, make sure those parameters are in there now. Yep, good. Okay. Let's go ahead and start it. And take a look. Well, we're kind of there, I guess. They are all grayed out. So we're sort of there. Actually, no, that is right, because we shouldn't be able to change. Well, yeah, because we don't have the level requirements. This one, though, I mean, we already are this, so we should be able to change to it. So I'll have to check that. Well, we can't because we are that class. So no, that is true. We can't actually change to it, so that's fine. Even though we are that class already. So that's actually correct. So let me just go grab the... Well, let's change this and take a look now. Alright, so Viking is not displayed. Though we do have the conditions to do it. So that... Okay, so we're still not actually working properly. Which is fine, because we're still, working on it. I'd be surprised if it worked the first time I just plugged all this stuff in. So we did some major changes here, so that's fine. So let's go ahead and take a look at the code here. So we're passing through the ID that we are choosing, so the ID of the class, and we're passing through actor. Let's go ahead and set up like we'll have to do a breakpoint actually, not here. Plugins. Alright, all the way to the bottom. So we know that this works. It's just what we're passing through isn't working. So we need to figure that out. First, I'm going to see if it's actually getting through this stuff. Okay, well, let's check and see what we're getting here. So selected class is 1. Actor is whatever, it's not showing up. Not available. Alright, actor is game actor. So actor ID, classes, we have our classes here. Alright, our selected class is 33. What is 33? Viking, okay. It's a good place to start with, I guess. Alright, so selected class 33, so that's going to be fine. Okay, continue. So we'll have to use subclass. And then a CLSS. Alright, so what is %? Okay. So that's fine. Okay, so that's true. So what is Karate? 19, okay. So that's going to fall underneath else, because it's not in here either. Alright. So now, question, see this here and this here. So continue. Okay. Let's go ahead and clear off the list. So now we want to look at some rec levels. Rec classes. So those are the required classes. These are the required levels. That looks all correct. We want to add in act CLS keys. So those are the keys from the actor class list, which is fine. Now, I also want to add in check down here. B actor can change. It's false right now. Our first condition, and then our second condition. Then we also want to check these conditions. Okay, so the second condition is true. Because it's a novice, so that's why. So it's it so we can look at it. So at this point, it's true. So we bypass these. Okay, this is the next one that's true, true, true. If we ever say true, false here, then that's a point of concern. So that means that you have a class that's part of the required classes, but that doesn't meet the conditions when they actually do. Alright, so we're on our second loop here. This one's just determining if, this one's determining if you already have been in the class before or not. So in this case, these should always all be false. That's interesting. Oh, wait. So what's this one too then? Okay, let me go over to... This could be interesting. Let's go over to this. Okay, no, that is to that. Never mind. But never reached here, which I find very interesting. So it might always be returning a false. Well, this all seems to be working, so let's take these conditions off of here. Oh, I know it's working. So it's returning a true. Okay, so that's fine. And all, but what's going on here? So let's try and clear all this out. That is interesting. Okay, so return to false for this one. What is our ID? 1. Okay. So it's not even going through this stuff. Alright, so this is probably where we're having the problem at. So, cell class is 6, that's fine. Oh. So that would be true for all of them. Alright, so false. False. Which actually shouldn't be false anyway, because it should be true, because for some of these, because a novice should be at level 10. I should put one right here before the for loop so we can see what all the stuff is for here. Alright, so rec levels. So A classes has nothing in it because actor is not set. Because actor is null. Okay. So on select actor, but this is being done before we select the actor. Because we're creating the window when the scene starts. Okay, so what we need to do then is pull this out. Well, this part out. And then on select actor, Oh, we're setting the actor, that's fine. Then we need to create the rest of the windows. Sometimes you have to reorganize things. So that's a pretty big reorganization, actually. Hopefully it doesn't cause any problems. Set actor is not defined because the windows haven't been created yet. Crap. Okay, so we'll need to deal with all these. So here's what we'll do. Set actor will just be to set the actor of the scene. And then when we create all the windows, at least the ones that are listed here. So command at class. Actually, we should also have then this underscore. So when we're creating these windows, we're going to set the actors for these. By passing through actor. That's the only way to really do it, I think. Because when we create them, they're going to call the refresh right away. That's going to set up this stuff. So if we're not passing through actor then to set it, then we're not going to get it passed through. So command rec, not rec. Yes, rec. True, rec one should be in there too. We use that for that. Well, we should use it, but we're not using it. Actor class, yes, we're using that for this. Stat window, we're using it. Cost window, we're using it. Alright. Now we have to go through and put in all this stuff into all the constructors. That's all basically we're changing is we're adding the actor to this, and then we're just adding this actor instead of null make it be actor. And we can actually then also just set this, or we actually just do this. To be honest, we can bypass this altogether with that one. That's draw class item. Wrong one. Thought we were on the next one. Actually, I'd already used it. I didn't see a null next to it, so. Alright. Making some pretty big changes here. Set actor is still undefined. Okay, what line is that on? 533. Comwind. Refresh actor. When is that being called when it would not be set? Oh. Forgot to remove that. All right, now what? 346. Again, something added in to try and fix that that 0 class showing up in the list. Don't need it anymore. Alright, actor not defined on what class? Let's see, so it's in 384. Oh, it should be this actor. Whoops. There's a little blunder there. Okay, let's see if we get any other errors. Still 337. Thought I got them all. Oh, nope, I didn't. I have to restructure this code a little bit so it's actually in the proper order of things. It's kind of all jumbled up right now. Okay. Aha, there we go. It's working. Awesome. So we can change into these classes. So we'll change to warrior. Can't change into anything else. We can go back to novice now. So actually we need a few more, I think. So I'll switch back to novice. So now we can change to knight. Oh, we could if we had the potions. Alright, and now let's go to title, we'll load up that save game. Okay, not that one. I was thinking of something else. We had another save game there before. So now we can change to Viking. Cool. What was the item cost? 158, right. Alright, so now what I want to do is I'm going to try this, test this to the extreme amount here. I'm going to take this and I'm going to just paste it way over here. Not that one, the other one, this one. Yeah. So we're going to delete that page. Kill this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this all to 99. So what we're going to do here is all of the base class, all the first tier classes we're going to set to 99. Along with novice, obviously. Crap. Alright, C, Control V. So Thief, Lancer, Cleric, and then Gunner. I mean, actually, we'll do a self switch on A. So we're going to change all. Well, we can get rid of this first one. So then Knight, Brawler, so Knight, Brawler, Wizard, whoops, come on. Burglar, Spearman, Priest, Sniper. So we'll just go to 1 and then 2. And just as an absolute test. I still have to figure out that whole updating thing so it doesn't screw up, but speaking of screwing up, forgot to turn the self switch on the second page, so that came up first. Alright, not continuing now. So, not Gunner though. Because I am Gunner, that's why. So we can go up to Sniper. Of course, at this point, it's like a massive cost because I have all the first tier classes at level 99. So this is like, again, we're testing this part too. So at this point, even though we're only a tier 1 class, we have all the tier 1 classes at level 99 plus novice. So we have this huge cost now to change classes. So the more experience you get in terms of levels for over each class, the more it'll cost you, period. So it's actually pretty good. Might actually be a little bit too much in terms of items, depending on how you give them to the player. But if they're at this level, then getting 128k gold is nothing. So you can go pick up, farm items and sell them for a lot of money or something. So they'll be towards nearly towards the end of the game, probably at that point. All right, let's do the tier 2 classes. So we can't do Berserker or... Okay, those are the tier 3. No, they're not. Those are tier 2. No, they're not. They are tier 3. What am I saying? These are tier 4. That's why. But yeah, no, Pit Fighter's still not there. Brawler level 40. Oh, I missed Brawler. That's what happened. I thought I had Brawler in there. Yeah, so we can't even see all the list here now because of all these classes. We'll have to figure out how to change this into this kind of a thing. For insane situations like this. Which means making this selectable. Somehow. Maybe we can add an item down here at the bottom that says, like, select... I wonder if you could just, like, detect a click on the window itself. We'll figure that out. Yeah, so if I was going to change at this point, it'd be really crazy. In terms of the costs. So yeah, it's working. This highlighting is working now. I do have that one issue to figure out, though, about how it's not updating correctly. I'll need to go to start a new game. It's kind of weird though, I'm not really sure why. So, potions. Gold, levels. Went a little bit too far on the potions there. Rather the levels, I should say. So I'm already in the mage. This isn't updating either, so we need to we need to call the refresh when we cancel out of the window, which I thought we were already doing. But apparently not. On class 1 cancel, no. On cancel here. Oh, we weren't calling it, were we? List underscore. It's just weird because sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. So we're switching from novice to warrior. Okay. Cool, that updated. I see it's not happening now. We should also add this to the one here. After we do the refresh actor. And I've gotten it to work. It's really intermittent. It's weird. So I'll just take a bunch of playtesting to figure it out. Anyway, so okay, grab a couple of potions, grab some gold, grab some levels. Alright, so change to warrior. Boom, there we go, it's updating now. Good. Change to fighter. Okay. Yep, no problem. Well, it seems to be working now. It's not having those issues, and we're having an update and doing all that. So those are those are three major features added in over 2 days. So what's the next major feature I have planned? That's a good question. That's not even showing. It's not okay. It's not on my repositories. I've done a bunch of pushing to is why. Let's see. So optional. That's done. This is done. Class to genders. Okay, so these two and this one is done. These 4 are left, or 3 are left. So actually, let's go ahead and update that right now. Actually. They're gonna watch me do this live on YouTube. Alright, so first we need to grab this code here. I need to paste it into projects. No, yeah, this, and then my plugins, class changer, demo. No, wait. Yeah, no, here. Okay, plugins, and V. Oh, the file, not the... I just copied the code. That was stupid. I'm kind of interested in why the fact it's not even there, but whatever. Plugins, GeoWill, class changer. Plugins. Because it's probably in here is why. Exactly. Alright, replace that file. Let's go ahead and open this up. So we need to make some changes. So first, I want to create. Well, let's go ahead and we need to do this anyway because it'd be nice to be able to control that from here. So let's just say make 2 new plugin commands. So class changer. Alright, so plugin game interpreter, where are you? Alright, else if command equals class changer item cost on. Whoops. So basically we're going to allow you to turn on and off the cost settings from within the game. The reason I want to do this is because I'm not actually releasing the project folder, what you see here in the plugins window right now, behind this Sublime Text 3 window. I'm not releasing that folder. I'm releasing the compiled folder, which means that they can't go and change the settings themselves with that demo. So I'm making these so they can do that without having to actually have the MV thing to open it with. Though they would have MV in order they would have to have MV in order to use the plugin, but at the same time, just for the demo purposes, not to release actual stuff. To keep the file size smaller, I guess, folder size smaller. What they used to do was they used to like compile everything down to an exe file that would install your project file. But they don't do that anymore for some reason. I'm not sure why. Else if I already had the else if. Okay, never mind. Else if command is class changer gold cost on. So what we're going to do with this, we're going to create a new function outside of everything here. Just call it function toggle costs. And we're going to pass through the command. Just because it'd be easier to do it in here than up here. Well, no. Toggle, we'll do individual one. Toggle gold cost. So, and this B enable. So if B enable, then B is enabled equals true. Now when we do this, we need to call another one. Else B is toggle, what do we call this? Toggle cost mode, I guess. And then we'll pass through this. So same thing, we'll just change this to is ITM cost enabled. Then function toggle cost mode. And actually we won't need to pass anything through, to be honest. And all we're going to do in this is we're just going to do this again. We're just not going to put the var there. So we're just basically redoing what we did when we were assigning it the first time. So if this is true or this is true, then true. If not, then false. So if we're enabling one of them or disabling one of them, we're checking to see if they're either both true or both false, and then we're setting this accordingly. Item cost on, item cost off, gold cost on, gold cost off. And then on these, we're going to call toggle item cost true, so enabled. False, disabled. All right. Save that. We'll copy this code back over into mine. So now, in the other project, which is not open right now, did I close it or did I just minimize it? I minimized it. All right. So over here now, let's do this. Yeah. All right, and since we're doing that, then we also have to then do one more else. So I just thought of that right now. Class. Then the ID. So we'll set it to 1 to start with. So potion. Or item. Let me see real quick. How do they do that with the quest journal plugin commands? Okay, so if line match. So let's see. Line eval. Line match eval. Plugin commands line. Set completed. Interesting. So they're pulling the quest value out using a regular expression. So quest value. So this indicates a value, I guess. Tray 2. Okay, so it would be if line.match, I guess. Okay, no, passing through line. It would be if command.match. So then set failed. And these are actually regular expressions of their own. And then D plus. Okay. So parcent reg expression I1. Okay, so I guess it's some sort of feature of the match. So let's see, change cost item, I guess. I want to pass through the reg exp. Okay. I want to do a check on that to make sure that part's actually working. Alright, so let's go ahead and create some new events here. So And we'll show a show choices on and then off. I guess somehow Steam got involved here. That's kind of weird. Cancels on the choice too, so if it's on, plugin command, and we'll say class change with a space, class changer no space, class changer gold on, and when off. And we'll show a choice again. Yes or no. Okay. Another show choices. So potion, ether, tonic, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go check the items here. So I don't think I actually changed them. Potion, ether, tonic. Alright, so 1, 2, 4, and then 3. That's the order we want to go with this. So one potion, plugin command, and I want to use this. So 1. Then I also want to set up a variable. So say, so I'm going to create another NPC to give 10 of the item that they've chosen, so that they can actually do the class changing. Alright. So, that should cover that. Now we'll need to levels, items, gold, and party. Alright. And so, one of these goes... So, let's do another actor here. I'm not sure if this will work in here, but we'll see. So this could be a little bit interesting. So, conditional branch on variable, give item. Actually, it should go on the else. 2, 3, 4. Actually, that one doesn't need an else branch. So, change items, potion 10. Hopefully that works. We'll have to test it. Alright, so save this. Oh wait, actually I'll wait till I see if everything works first. Alright, let's go ahead and test this. Doesn't appear that it did anything, so it's not showing the window here. So false, false, 1, all that's set up correctly. So we'll have to do, yes. Let's do some debugging here. Oh, there's no errors, that's good. Otherwise it wouldn't have worked in the first place. Then I'm going to look at what command is. Alright, command is class changer. Just class changer. So I guess is kind of why they did the stuff over here the way they did. Alright, so if command is class... Okay, args, that's why. This pass has an args, and then we have to build the secondary command string with this. Alright, I should have looked up the actual code over there longer than 5 seconds. So I'll need to do the same here. So what we'll say is if command dot match or command dot equal, well, let's say command equals class change. Well, then I guess we can do it this way. And then we have to go through the args. So for var I1 0, I1 is less than args.length. So command plus equals space plus args I1. Then we'll alert the command after we're done. If they had done it this way, they wouldn't have to worry about all this trim and stuff on the end of this, but alright, well, it's passing the right thing now. We just need to make sure that it's matching or not. So, whoops, I want to close it. I wanted to reset it and do the debugging. Ah. Okay, we'll make spaces. Well, no, that shouldn't have been a. That should have been a single thing. Well, it doesn't matter over here anyway. Class changer gold on. Wait, is this wrong? Oh crap. Okay, there we go. Alright, now they're true. Okay, there we go. Showing up. Perfect. So, on. Now they're all true. Alright, let's check for this NPC now. It didn't work. I didn't think it would. It'd be nice if it did. Damn, set to 1. Or actually, it hasn't been set at all, that's why. Cool, that works. So now it should say item X. Or no, 4 is tonic, right? Current tonic, none. Tonic cost 33. Cool. That works too. Alright, that's awesome. Now let's see about turning it off. Good. Perfect. Perfect. Alright. Those are all working now. I want to figure out how we can set... Can we run a script for a variable? So if we say control variable, we can. So what if we say So instead we're basically turning this into a string instead of an int, string variable. The problem is, though, is that we have to... Well, we can do this. So there's an auto run. And we can just set the control variable to... Yeah. And just in case, I don't think we'll need to do it, but... Not read property name of undefined. Ah. Oh, wait. That can be there. This has to change to game items. That's why. Because the party doesn't have any items right now. Duh. What was I thinking? Alright. Now there's a slim chance that whenever we start this, we'll end up in an infinite loop because of that auto run. Let's see. Game items not defined. Okay, it's still not defined though in this case. Damn. I wonder if it'll still be not defined here. Game items not defined. Damn. So how can we access... So I'm pretty sure it's game items. Pretty sure that's what it is. Go to objects. Access managers. Data items. Not... Damn. Okay, and just excuse me, I'm having a ignore me, I'm having brain farts here. Duh. Friggin' data items. If data items doesn't load, then we have a real problem. If it isn't loaded when you start the game. Game items, there's no such thing as game items, so obviously that didn't work. Game party items didn't work because there's nothing in the party item list to look for. Alright. Now, Maybe we get stuck in an infinite loop because of that auto run. Maybe. We'll have to see. Okay, no. So let's go check. Cool. Of course, it's going to change depending on what this is. And if you talk to her first, you'll never actually see the change happen other than in the changer window. Cool. Alright. So those are working now. So just want to do one last check here. I should have done it while we're just sitting there doing nothing. Testing other stuff. So this is levels. Perfect. Okay. This is my new screenshot for this. While it doesn't show this stuff, it does show that things are inactive and that some are active, and it shows you the requirements and this over here. So it shows you everything you need to really know. Actually, not quite. Let's go ahead and turn these on. So we'll just save this as so 1.2.0. So next, let's go ahead and deploy the project, I guess. Overwrite the existing folder. Hey, where'd that go to? Okay, yeah, that's it. So let's get rid of this and re-rar it. Well, that's being rarred. This is the project folder. Alright, next I need to get the, where is it? No, not Aptana. FileZilla. Oh, it's the other one. Okay. And then, let's see where we're at. Should be by name. Plugins now here. Alright, there we go. Okay, I'll need to take out the spaces. I'm gonna dump this one in there too. Alright, while those upload. I guess they're already done. It still shows being previous date though. Oh, GeoWill, that's why. Okay. Alright, both of those are done. So now what we need to do is I need to go to projects, then to code, GitHub, class changer, then the README. So version 2.0. Demo availability, yes. I'm going to say project file. Yes. Okay. So current features. which actually was a bug that has existed for a little while. To an existing class. Okay, let's see. To change either the gold or item cost systems on or off, can use italics. I think it's underscore. Okay. Save that. Then I want to grab the file again. Alright, and then we want to push these. And then I'll push it up to working. Let's see, next. Yeah, italics underscore. Check the readme here. Oh, that's on master. I'm going to go to working. Okay. So I need to fix that real quick. I closed it. One little typo. Where are you? There. Alright, next we need to go to photo bucket. Then library. Then plugins. Do I replace it or do I just add it in there though? No, I think we'll add it in because it shows everything. And the only difference between these two is that the feature isn't on this one, but it is on this one. Well, it's not in this. The version of the plugin that has this, but still, I mean that's the only difference between them. So I don't see any reason to not just replace it. So HTML, let's grab that real quick. Should have waited to push that up. Oh, whoops. Rather Z. That works better, I think. Okay, there we go. Just need to grab this real quick. So, class changer. Well, first I need to go to edit title version 2.0. Save. Really? All right. Okay, version 2.0. So, bold. And then class changer cost item number. This command allows you to change the cost item for the auto cost system. Okay. So, just in case it doesn't carry over to the more options. It didn't. Okay. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. This time it didn't. Or maybe it did. I haven't changed this one yet. Oh well, either way. Then we need the, let's go to my GitHub page real quick. And grab this changelog. So I'm going to turn off. No, I want to turn it off. There we go. Damn. How can I... Okay, so... Okay, there we go. Alright, and then I do have the GitHub page as well. Actually, I'm just going to use the GitHub page. MV plugins is weird. Or I'll just use the GitHub page for this to link to there. And then I'll just update the MV page, plugins page. With the GitHub page link, so I'll direct them to there instead of uploading it to there. Alright, save changes. Believe I can bump it now. Alright, gonna post that reply. I should probably change that so it's the same. Oh, need to change that too. I should say aliased and overridden functions. Not really sure if I have any overridden ones anymore, but there might be some. Alright. So, MV plugin, we need to change this. Um, Alright, upload new version. I'm still going to put the JS file here. Yeah. Oh, I did link to working, right? I didn't. Alright, I need to fix that other link anyway. I guess we don't need to do that. This though. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I think that's everything. Oh, this, right. Oh, right, it has to be a RAR. Which is why that's in a RAR. Delete. Alright. So that is it. We have added in that stuff, we've updated everything with the repo, and everywhere else I need to update. So, thanks for watching the stream if you did. If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, thanks for checking it out. Comments or questions, you can leave them below. And if you haven't done so already, we'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel. And I don't know when the next time we'll be doing a live video will be. Odds are that it'll probably be for Star Ocean 3, though. I probably won't do another live thing for this RPG Maker game for a while. Unless, of course, I decide to make another plugin live, but probably won't. This kind of gives you an idea, though, of what it takes to make what goes into making a plugin from scratch. Well, not from... did I do this? I can't remember if I did this all the way through or not. No, I think I created some of it off the stream, but still, it kind of gives me an idea of what goes into it. When you don't pre-do it and then go back and record yourself redoing it, like I think some people probably do. Either that or when you make a really complex plugin like this. But yeah, so that's going to be it. I will